Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol. Let's jump into it. And today I'm going to follow along from the last video I did where I talked about the butterfly not being unhappy and miserable about being in the cocoon. So being happy where you are, but still aspiring to be somewhere else. And I said I'd give the example of basically what I've done over this last few years as how that plays out for me. The last place we lived was in Connecticut. And I knew at the time when we moved into the place that it wasn't quite right, and I had a sense of unease about it, and I ignored it and went along with the direction we're going in and just sort of plowed ahead. And then very quickly realized I was not particularly happy with the situation I was in. But of course, it's a house and where you are, and it's very difficult to immediately uproot and all this sort of stuff. So I knew it wasn't right, and I was kind of sort of stuck there. And it wasn't right for a number of perfectly legitimate reasons, but I also spent an enormous amount of energy just being unhappy about it and being miserable and grumpy and angry and frustrated about the situation. A giant ball of negative energy. And I think that probably did play a role in the heart attack and all that sort of stuff. Where we are now is vastly downsized from where we were. It's a much smaller house, a much smaller location. We've moved from states. We're now in Illinois. And when we moved, I had an enormous sense of peace about it. And the place we're in, it just sort of aligned for us really well. So it's very low stimulation where I am. And I say low stimulation as opposed to boring, because boring is a negative assessment of the situation. It's just low stimulation. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it's relaxing. And for me, this is a place to heal and recover and feel better. And it's where I'm meant to be right now. Right now is a cocoon stage. And I found over the last week, maybe last 2 weeks, I've really had that sort of mental awakening to some of the old dreams and aspirations of what the next step is, where I would like to live. And that's basically somewhere in Florida, in a much higher stimulation environment. More things to do, more places to go, people to see, closer to an airport, closer to a port. All this sort of stuff is going to be more fun, engaging, and higher stimulation. And that's the aspiration of where I want to be. So now, low stim, the cocoon, where I want to be, higher stim being the butterfly. And I am happy and content with where I am now, just as much as I can dream and aspire and be happy and excited about the thoughts of moving to the next place. When I leave here, I actually get the sense I'm going to be a little bit sad about the leaving, and that's not going to happen for a year or two or whatever it is, but now is good and then is good too. And I think that whole process of moving from where I am to where I want to be is going to go a whole lot smoother than the last time when I was a miserable, grumpy jerk, just putting out negative energy about where I was and how bad things were. So that's about it. The butterfly does not complain about being in the cocoon. And that's about it. I will talk to you soon.